Okay, let's look at an example of the journal entries for when we convert ordinary par value shares into no par value shares. Now remember, under the old Companies Act, we were allowed to issue shares which we called par value shares. Under the new Companies Act, we're not allowed to issue par value shares anymore. Therefore, we need to make sure that we are able to convert our ordinary par value shares to no par value shares based on the requirements of the Companies Act and the accompanying regulations. Okay, so in this example, the company has 100,000 ordinary R1 par value shares authorized, as well as 100,000 ordinary no par value shares. Now during 22, 50,000 R1 shares, in other words the par value shares, that's now from long ago, were allotted to the public at R1.50 per share. Okay, so let's just do that, this entry first. We would have had 50,000 multiplied by R1.50 a share, which would have given me 75,000 Rand. Now let's assume that the shares that we ended up allotting to the public is the same as the amount of shares that were applied for by the public. So we would have received 75,000 Rand, so we debit bank and we credit application and allotment with my 75,000. And then we allotted these shares, so we would have said, okay, but this is now the important bit. Sorry, let me just interrupt myself. We issued it to the public at R1.50, but the par value of my shares is only R1. Okay, which means R1 of the 50,000 shares go to an account we call the ordinary share capital. So we debit the application and allotment account with the 50,000 par value of the share, and we credit the ordinary share capital account. And the remaining 25,000 Rand would have gone to an account that we would have called share premium then. Okay, and then you credit your share premium account. Now the sum of the ordinary share capital and the share premium would have given you your total equity. Okay, so that's what would have happened. Now, in December, at the end of December 20.3, the company decided to convert the ordinary par value shares to no par value shares. Okay, so let's see what this conversion would entail. It means I take my total amount of ordinary share capital, which means it's my 50,000 of the par value and the 25,000 the Rand that's lying in the share premium account, and I convert it to no par value shares. So both of these together we're going to remove, and we're going to take it to the declared capital account, or you can just call it the capital account, which is an indication that these shares are now no par value shares. So it is as easy as removing the 50,000 from my ordinary shares and taking it to my declared capital, or you can just call it the capital account. That distinction is not necessary anymore. And remember, I always also have to take my share premium. So I remove my share premium, 25,000, and I put it in my declared capital account. And there I just did a conversion of my ordinary shares to ordinary par value shares to no par value shares. Remember, you're not allowed to only convert a portion of this to no par value shares. It's all or nothing.